Okay, multiplying and dividing real numbers. First question. Let me make it smaller, thinner. Okay, first question. Explain the rule determining the correct sign when multiplying two real numbers. So, the sign of the result is positive when both numbers have the same sign, which means if I take plus multiply by plus, I'm getting plus. If I take minus multiply by minus, I'm getting still plus. And negative, we get negative if the two numbers have different sign, which means if I have plus, one number is positive, another number is negative, the answer is negative. If first number is negative, second one is positive, answer is negative. So shortly saying, if both numbers have the same sign, product is positive. If both numbers have the numbers have different sign, product is negative. Okay. Second question. 6 times negative 5. When you have like that notation, that means 6 multiplied by negative 5. 6 times 5 is 30. Since 6 is positive, 5 is negative. So the answer is going to be negative. Next question. 0 times negative 49. So that's the same thing, 0 times negative 49. So any number multiplied by 0 is 0. Question number 4. Negative 1.99 times negative 0.9. So, okay. So first of all, when we have negative times negative, we are getting positive, right? Let me these answers also put in the red color. So those are answers. So what do we have? So we know that 2 negatives gives me positive. So now we need to multiply 1.99 times 0.9. For to learn all types of multiplications, please go to Basic Math playlist and find their multiplication of decimal numbers. So what do? We for a minute we forget about this decimal notation, and we just take 199 multiply by 9. Let's do it. 9, this 9, let me change the color. This 9 times this 9 is going to be 81, and 8 in mind. Next, I'll show you like this. 9 times this 9, 81, and we have 8 in mind, will be 89. So now we have 9 in mind. No, hold on. 81 and 8, 89. Okay. 8 in mind again. And 9 times 1 is 9, and 8 is going to be 17. Now, we are counting total decimal notations. See, since I marked down a lot of things here, so you can see we have here 1, 2, Let me see. How many decimals we have? 1, 2, and here total 3, right? So we are coming from here because we got 1791. Decimal is here. So to adjust the decimal notation, we have 3 decimals. So I'm coming back 3 decimals. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And my answer is 1.791. So bottom line is, first thing, you forget about decimal notations. You just multiply like whole numbers, and then you count total decimal notations, like here, same thing, 1, 2, and 3, right? Just like here, yellow shade, 1, 2, and 3, and then come back 3 digits. Next, 7/6 times -3. Okay, 7/6 times -3. So I can write down, first of all, we know it's a negative sign. 7/6 is positive, and the second one, 3, is negative. So positive, negative. Which one we have? Positive, negative. We have this case, which is the result is going to be negative. And what we have here? 7/6 times 3/1. Because we have 3, I can represent as a over 1, right? So can we reduce here? Yes, 6 and 3, both of them. I can divide by 3. This is 1, this is 2. So the answer will be -7/2. So the bottom line is, when every time you multiply by whole number, some fraction, let's say 1/5 times 25, you represent this 25 as a 25/1. And then you get one numerator by numerator multiply, denominator multiply by denominator, which will be 1 times 25 and 5 times 1. Now 5 and 25 I can divide by 5. This is 1, this is 5, and the answer is 5. Next question, number 6. -1/3 times -6/7. Okay, since we have negative times negative, that's gonna be product positive. Here it is, the case. So what we are going to do, we are multiplying numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. So 6 and 3 I can reduce by 3. This is 1, this is 2, and we get 2/7. Okay, moving to next one, number 7. So we have -6 times -3 times -5 times 2. Okay, so let's do it. -6 times -3, it's going to be 18. So times -5 times 2. When it's positive, I don't have to put in parentheses, okay? Next, 18 times -5. So 18 times 5, multiplying. 5 times 8, 40. 0 writing down, 4 in mind. 5 times 1 is 5, and 4 will be 90. So we get -90. Why negative? Because we have -5 and 18 positive. Positive times negative is negative. 90 times 2, it's going to be equal -180. Okay. Next question, question number 8. Negative 6 over 7 times negative 7 over 8 times negative 6 over 7. Okay, what do we have the sign? First of all, we have, I can show you some shortcut. We know that negative times negative, it's going to be positive. So, but if I multiply by one more negative, so these two negatives is positive, with positive times negative is negative. If I multiply by one more negative, it's going to become positive, because we know all this 3 is negative, right? Negative times this negative is going to be positive. So from here, shortcut, when all numbers are negative, so therefore, if amount of negative sign is odd, then result is negative. Product is negative. 5 times negatives, 7 negative numbers multiplied by each other, 9, 17, 9 negative numbers multiplied by each other, result going to be negative. But if even amount of numbers are negative, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So result is going to be positive. Okay, so we have here at 1, 2, 3 numbers we have, and all 3 negative. So result is going to be negative. And how we're going to multiply? Just like we multiply the fractions. So every that we multiply all the numerators, 6 times 7 times 6, and then at the bottom multiply all denominators, 7 times 8 times 7. Okay, so what can we do? We can cancel this 7 with 7. And 8 and 6, let's say, both of them are even. I can divide by 2, both of them. 6 divided by 2 is 3, 8 divided by 2 is 4. Okay, 6 and 4, the other 6 and 4, I can divide by 2. Both of them are even numbers. 6 divided by 2 is 3, 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I think we are done. In numerator we have 3 and 3. In denominator we have 2 and 7. So let me write down clean. So 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 7 is 14. And that is going to be our answer. And let me move negative number. By the way, when it comes to negative number, you can write down in the middle 9 over 14. You can write down in numerator. You can write down in denominator. Doesn't matter. They all are equal. It's the same fraction. Okay? All right. Moving to next one. Okay. So, question number 9. Zero divided by negative 9. 0 divided by any number is equal 0. Different story is when you divide number by 0. You can't divide number by 0. It's undefined. Next one. Question number 10. So negative 128 divided by negative 9. So when it comes to division, division is following exactly same rule. The same rule, division. The numbers have same sign, the result is positive. Numbers have different signs, the result is negative. Okay? So 128 divided by 9. First of all, both numbers have the same sign, so result is going to be positive. All we have to do, 128 divided by 9. So let's say, taking 1 is not divisible by 9. I can't divide 1 by 9. Taking 12. 12 divided by 9 is 1. This 1 times 9 is 9. 12 minus 9, it's going to be 3. Okay, if this number, this free remainder, is less than 9, that means we took maximum amount of times. So, well, it can happen, let's say I have 13 divided by 4, by 2. 13 divided by 2. Let's say I took 3 times. I believe 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. Now 13 minus 6 is 7. See, this 7 is greater than this 2. That means I didn't take enough. I have to take bigger number than 13, which is going to be 6 times. 6 times 2 is 12. 13 minus 12 is 1. Now we got it. We took maximum because 1 is less than this 2. Okay? All right. So bringing down this 8. 38 divided by 9. How many times? 4 times. 4 times 9 is 36. And we have 2. We have 2 in mind. So we need to divide, and we need to simplify the answer in the format of integer, fraction, or mixed number. When it says integer, that means we can write down in the form of whole number, right? So what do we get? 14. And this remainder 2 is 2 over 9. If I round it, it's going to be 14, the whole number. It's an integer. Okay? All right. Next one. Negative 0.8 divided by 0.02. So negative, positive. Result is going to be negative. Okay, now let's divide. So 0.8, when I'm dividing 0.8, dividing by 0.02, second number I'm dividing by cannot have decimal notation. What can I do? I'm going to move. See, we have 2 decimals, right? So I'm moving by 2 decimals to get whole number 2. But because I moved this number by 2 decimals, I have to move 0.8 also by 2 decimals, which is going to be, this is 0.8. So 1 will come after 8, and then the other one. So I'm filling out with 0. And I'm getting 80 divided by 2. One more time. If I have second number decimal notation, it's not permissible to divide by second number that has decimal notation. I have to bring it to the level of whole number. To do that, so I have 2 decimals, that's why I'm moving by 2 positions to get 2. Since I move by 2 positions, then 0.8, I'm moving also by 2 positions. Here it became 8, but I need to move by another position. So the other position I fill up with 0. And we get 80 divided by 2, which is going to be 40. Number 12. Negative 1.8 divided by 9. First of all, first number is positive, second number is negative, so signs are different, then we get negative sign. Now, let's do drafting here. (1.8) divided by 9. When first number has decimal, it doesn't matter, we can keep it as long as second number doesn't have decimal. Okay, so let's divide. 1.8 divide by 9. So 1 divided, now since we have here decimal after 1, I cannot do like I would do with whole number. Take 1 is not divisible. I cannot divide 1 by 9, then I'm taking 80. I have to mark down that I cannot divide because 1 cannot divide by 9, and I have here decimal. I have to put here 0 because I cannot divide 1 by 9. Every time when you can divide and you have decimal notation, you put 0 and mark down by decimal. And then 18, I'm taking 18, divide by 9, it's going to be 2. 0.2. Okay? The other way you can do also, if it's easier for you, let me write down 0.2. The other method also I can explain, maybe that will be easier. So the same, you get rid of no matter first number or second number, you have decimal notation. You get rid of decimal notation like in the previous case. So you move by 1 position, right? You got 18, which means you got, you move, if we have 9, that means decimal is here, right? Whole number. That means you move by 1 position here also, 9 also, which get 90. But still you're getting same thing. 18 divided by 90. So 18 is not divisible by 90, we put 0. And since we used all whole numbers, so we put here decimal point. And then I'm adding another 0 here, because after decimal you can add as many zeros as you want. 180 divided with 990 is 2. I like this better because this is more, well, correct it's not, but more proper way, I would say. Yeah, but you can use either method because either one will bring you to the correct answer. Next one. Number 13, 831 divided by 0. You cannot divide by 0. It's going to be the quotient is not defined. Quotient, that's a result, is not defined. Number 14. We divide 2. How do we read this? We take 0. Let me rewrite it. So we practically divide 0 by a number, 291. The 0 divided by any number, answer is going to be 0. Okay? Question number 15. Negative 6 over 7 divided by negative 19 over 35. Since we have both numbers negative, result is going to be positive, right? It's going to be clear because same numbers give you positive. Now, how do we divide fraction? 6 over 7 divided by 19 over 35. So I'm going to flip this second fraction and do multiplication. 6 over 7 times 35 over 19. See? I flipped it, second one, and you flip only second. You do not dare to flip the first one, okay? You have to flip only second number. So we get, it's a multiplication, now it's clear. 6 numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. Can we reduce here anything? Yes, 7 and 35. Both of them are divisible by 7. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. 35 divided by 7 is 5. And the result is 6 times 5 is 30. Why am I using blue color? It's 30. And denominator is 19. Since this is improper fraction, why is it improper fraction? Because 30 over 19, numerator 30 is greater than denominator 19. Therefore, we are calling improper fraction. Every time you have improper fraction, which means numerator is greater than denominator, then you have to convert improper fraction into mixed fraction. But in this problem, it doesn't say to convert into mixed fraction. You are leaving alone. How to convert it? Let me explain that also, just in case. 30 over 19. So we divide. This fractional line is nothing else but division, which means we are doing 30 divided by 19. How many times will be? If I take the twice 19 plus 2 multiplied by 2, we get 38. So we cross this 30, which means that we can, it's going to fit only once, right? 1 times 19 is 19. Okay, so how much is remainder? Let me divide here. 30 divided by 19. 1 times 19 is 19. 10 minus 9 is 1. Here left 2. 2 instead of 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. We have remainder 11. So remainder comes here in numerator. Denominator we never touch, stays the same. So it will be 11 over 19. But pay attention, in this problem, they require you to leave it as an improper fraction. Okay, question number 16. Negative 30 dividing by negative 6 over 7. I told you that when we have a fraction line, that means division, which is, that means I can rewrite it. Negative 30 divided by negative 6 over 7. So negative divided by negative signs are same. That means going to be positive, which means 30. When we have the whole number in the division and multiplication, we are dividing, we put denominator 1. And the second fraction, second number, which is fraction, I'm going to flip. 6 over 7 will become 7 over 6. And we get 30 times 7 divided by 6. Okay? So if I reduce 30 and 6 by 6 is 1, 30 by 6 is 5. So the answer we are getting 5 times 7, and underneath is 1, which is going to be 35. Next one, question number 17. negative 81 divided by negative 9. Okay, negative divided by negative, so both signs are the same. Therefore, it's going to be positive. And 81 divided by 9 is 9. And the last question, number 18, is going to be 63 divided by 0. We do not divide by 0. You cannot. The answer is undefined. Okay, thank you for watching.